Hey, welcome everybody to a little delayed session over here with James and Jay Dissects Fear the Walking Dead. It's been a little bit since we've seen you all, and we'll touch base on as far as why that is. But before we go and jump back in to our regular scheduled little talk over here, usual announcements. Look down below on our Twitch and YouTube channels. You notice that we have some charities down below. If you are able to donate, please follow those links directly to those websites, and please donate towards them as much as you can if you are able to. If you can't, we understand that. What you can do to help us out, though, and help out the charities, just to like, subscribe, and follow us on all the social medias. We're obviously here on Twitch and YouTube, but you can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And head over to echo5cereals.com and give us some views over there, too. And of course, if you're watching us on YouTube, usually I have Kelsey over here to give a little spiel. But click the little bell button so you get notifications on when those videos are posted so you get live updates. Other than that, though, James, what's going on, man?
Hey, much. Good to be back.
Right?
Good to look forward to season 9.
Have something to look forward to.
And technically, it's not. It's. We'll talk about it more, but it's going to be bittersweet. But I think that like I said, we'll get into it more. But I think The Walking Dead kind of took it on the chin that they've kind of slumped the last 2 years. Actually, ever since the season 6 finale, and I think that they've been, I think the spoiler sites have gotten them to the point where they're just like, F it, we're gonna break some news, and now you guys are gonna be forced. Now you guys have to watch, because now we're advertising this big event. But we'll get into it when we get there.
Yeah.
But
before we get into The Walking Dead next week, we have to talk about this Fear of the Walking Dead, the second half to season 4. Now, the first half of season 4, I really liked it. I was like, oh shit, they're on their solid track. They're coming off of a solid, second half of the third season there. They got everything's going for them. I really got involved with the Vultures. I thought that's unique. It's like kind of like gray area, the good guys, bad guys. Like, that's so cool. And then the finale happened, well, the mid-season finale, and they just fucked that up.
Yeah, I know.
Man, yeah, go for it.
Jay and I just said it. We amped a lot of people up to watch the show in the second half. We actually amped a lot of people up to watch the mid-season finale, and I think we already stressed our disappointment in it in one of our last shows, and again, we just you can't defend it it's to a point. And I love zombies, and I love zombie shows, and I always stand by them. And of course, I'm gonna watch because now they got Lenny James on it, they're taking his character out of. I don't know what they're doing to it, but I'm gonna watch. It's zombies. I'm vested in this, television super giant of a show, but. This was painful, man. The second half was absolutely painful. Like, I can't find. There was one episode I did like, and it was when they went into the hospital and they got trapped in the hospital. It took me back to season 1 of The Walking Dead when they were in Atlanta, and then they got on the rooftops, and it kind of like just reminded me of it. And it had in the second part of it in the season finale, it had the call back with the girl. The handcuffed her arm and she ripped her arm. I mean, the villain was bad. The plot holes were terrible. It was just like, what direction do you want to go in with this show?
Like, even the
I
ending,
have no idea.
I didn't feel like they knew. Even on the couch afterwards, they're really telling me this is the way we're gonna be ending the show with a beer, saving everybody. It's like, what do you mean? You didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen?
Exactly.
You guys are the showrunners. You don't know where you guys are gonna end up. Like, what the hell is going on over there?
It was painful.
Yeah, I agree. The big bad was horrible. I didn't get like why like, you got to make them strong, and it's like wait, so no one
What?
helped you, so you have to
Yeah.
kill everybody that's trying to help people? What?
Yeah.
What? How? What?
Yeah. And
Like,
the fact that they had 18 million chances to kill this bitch and they didn't do it.
oh, another thing I hate is this fucking trope about these goddamn ninja zombies.
Uh,
Okay, are they sloping around? Are they making noises? Or are they friggin' stealth mode over here? You don't sneak
exactly.
up with a goddamn zombie on a pole to somebody. For fuck's
Yeah.
sake, that was so dumb. Every goddamn time, I just want to choke somebody.
Yeah.
Oh,
You and me both. And just to get back to what Jay is talking about ninja zombies, is a specific reason why this would not work. A, the zombies have to walk at your speed. Okay? You have to walk with them behind. They are so unpredictable that if they're not just gonna, you can't just push them for it. These are zombies. They're gonna be trying to get you, even though you're behind them. It's just the whole science behind it made no sense at all. None.
like you go back
None.
to season 2 of The Walking Dead, where they have the
Yes.
people like on the poles. Like there was a person in front of them leading the
Yes.
zombies.
It was a carrot on a stick. That's what he
Yeah,
told them. Herschel said, "You're the carrot, Rick. Lead them."
yeah.
There's no way you can push a zombie from behind and direct it where you want to go if you don't, amputate it and replace his legs with something that you can. It made no sense. This villain made no sense. Her weaponry of the zombies made no sense. And like Jay said, they growl and they snarl and they make noises. Their mouths would have to be covered, and that would defeat the whole purpose of them attacking people. It made no sense. I hated the villain. I hated what they did there.
Hmm.
The backstory didn't make any sense. It would be better if she was like a governor type villain, where she had a community, which I actually thought she would have. But for her to be by herself and she's tricking all these people, and they're just, these are survivors for years, because Morgan came over years after
Hmm.
the apocalypse happened. For them to turn their backs on anybody, saying that there's evil people out there, one after another, come on, dog.
Right? I'd rather not have seen her backstory then.
Me too.
Because it just didn't make any sense.
None of it made sense.
Yeah. And like they were saying, like she was saying, like that happened at the start of everything. So she's just been out there like this for years, like you said. Just
Yeah, it's impossible for her to be out there years. She couldn't have been. It's just crazy as hell. And how did she survive the goddamn hurricane? Everybody else, there's cars flying around. There's zombies flying around. There's crocodiles now. There's alligators. I'm like,
Oh my
what the
God.
hell is going on? There's a damn alligator in the show now. This is crazy. What's going on here? And the water
Yes,
went from
alligator.
being 8 feet deep to 1.5 feet deep. Like,
Right?
the
Yeah.
truck whales, the water didn't even come up to the top.
If a truck can drive through it, you
Like,
motherfuckers can
wait
run
a
through
second.
it.
He couldn't even push a damn boat through this thing.
Right? You wouldn't be
What
like
happened to the
falling
oar?
overboard, drowning. You
It was so many plot
oh
holes
my God.
for this season. They
Oh.
totally forgot about Salazar. They totally forgot about the other villains from last season. They forgot about the poor Native American guy, Walker.
Mhm.
They forgot about his sidekick. They forgot about every goddamn thing from season 3, which was actually a
Crazy
decent
dog.
season. Yes, they
Yeah.
forgot about everything.
Yeah.
And they completely said, forget the ocean, forget the pirates, forget the Native Americans, forget the new villains from last year, forget Salazar, forget this, forget that, forget how they ended up in the dam, forget how they got rescued, forget what happened, how they found Luciana. Like, they didn't explain any of this.
Like, okay. No. This is the reboot. No. Okay, hang on. No. This is the
Oh my
reboot.
God.
Wait. Okay, this is the reboot now. The vultures? No. Forget about them. This is the real story now. And what's up with these
Oh.
big rigs? You know how much fucking gasoline it takes to move that shit?
And how does the
Where are they
gasoline
finding it?
still stay? How does it still stay active? The gasoline would rot
You're
out.
driving from like so the beginning of the hurricane, like Morgan is where is he in Texas, and then he gets to like Mississippi, and he goes back to
Yeah.
Texas, and he goes back to Mississippi, then he goes back
This
to
is
Texas.
ridiculous. And he's getting there in time to save everybody who's got antifreeze poisoning.
Okay,
This is absolutely crazy.
this is what pissed us off. We were so confused because all right, so Al busted out the machine guns, right? and like shot up all the zombies and shot up the tank holding all the alcohol. So shit's pouring out alcohol, and no one's like, hey,
nobody's grabbing containers and
just put like my mouth underneath there, or grab a fucking bucket.
Come on, this was it was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. There were so many plot holes. Like you said, I looked at the show and I go, at this point they should be taking whatever canisters they have and filling them up. They have easy access. Strand just said he couldn't open it up.
Yeah.
He just said it.
Yeah.
They opened it up. She opened it up for you.
It's open, guys. Fucking put your mouth underneath it. I'd be sucking that shit off the pavement at that point. You know, Jesus.
And then Morgan makes it from Mississippi to Texas in about an hour. Yep. Saves everybody with a whole truck full of beer.
Which isn't even straight alcohol. So you look like, what, 4 or 5%, alcohol versus like straight up ethanol, moonshine-ish? Yeah. Oh, my God.
And then they find a pants factory and then decide, we're not going to go. And I understand this because, all the rumors with Rick not coming back. Now, all of a sudden, Morgan's not going back to Alexandria. He's going to go on this homage to go save everybody, this pilgrimage to go save everybody who needs help. Like, this is, come on, man.
They call it a hot route there. And it doesn't make any sense.
No.
A fucking denim factory.
A denim factory. Come on, man. This is what you accomplish, is finding some pants in the apocalypse. You find some Levi's. Oh, we're good. Let's go save people. Here, we're coming to save you. Here goes some Levi's.
Yeah. Hey, where are you guys? We're at a denim factory. What? Why? What? What the fuck are we gonna do there? All the pants you need. Well, food and water. You got great pants though. What?
You can't even defend the show, and a lot of people I've watched other YouTubers. I've watched people say, if you don't like the show, don't watch. That's that people aren't going to do that. But the point of having a show like this is to give constructive criticism and to give our honest opinions. And we were the biggest fans of the first 7 episodes of this show.
Yeah.
This year, you couldn't beat it. We were comparing this to Walking Dead season 6.
Yep.
And it literally went from being compared to, in our opinions, the best season of The Walking Dead. You can't get much more of an accolade than that. We can't give you more props than to say you are on par with our favorite season of our favorite show ever.
Yeah, they're right there.
We can't compliment you more than that. What do you want us to say? You're right on the cusp of us saying you possibly can beat it out. And you take episodes 8 through 16 and you throw them in the toilet and flush it.
Now, it just happens that Gimple came over there about that time, right?
Yeah, he did. And he's got to stop doing this, man.
God, I don't.
And he was on the Talking Dead. I turned the shit off. I actually didn't even want to hear him.
I can't fucking stand.
I turned it off.
Like, he's just so aloof about everything. It's irritating. He's just so smug, and it's like, just don't. I love the new Walking Dead showrunner where she's like, oh yeah, this is gonna happen. Yeah, the relationship there. Yeah, this and that. She's not like, oh, I guess you have to tune in and see. It's like, just, oh god. Like, I don't know if he's trying to go for that, like.
He's literally taking
what, but
Robert Kirkman has that arrogant asshole attitude to him too. But the fact is, this is Robert Kirkman's baby. Gimple is trying to be like a mini me of Robert Kirkman. He's trying to be a little dick, as like Abe would call him Little Dick.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, why are you acting like this? Like, you literally told the fans. Like, Robert Kirkman is trying to build the fans up to why he did the season 6 cliffhanger, right? Kirkman, he tried to tell people, hey, look, I have a vision of it being successful. Here comes Gimple. Instead of going with Kirkman, well, you don't want to watch, don't watch. Okay, so we lose 10 million fans? Like, come on. I didn't understand that, and everything he's done since then has really put a bad taste in my mouth. And like I said, I like Andrea Kong. I think that she's going to do good. I really don't even... Let's talk about the plot holes. Somebody asked me all the plot holes. So season 1, the big plot hole there was they left L.A. Okay, so my opinion, they should have stuck with L.A. Mm-hmm. So the big plot holes that they left behind there was Alicia's boyfriend. We never found out what happened to Nick's girlfriend. We never found out what happened to the stadium, the people in the stadium. We didn't see the finale of that. They just ran away. Fine, I'll let that slide. Then they go onto the ocean. The biggest plot hole of them all was why the fuck did they go on the ocean?
Yeah.
Like, this is stupid.
I didn't even say like the biggest problem. Like season 1, like the ending there was like no one's like, huh.
What happened to the nerdy kid?
I guess that and it's like I guess we should have marshaled thousands of zombies into this military compound, which killed a bunch of innocent soldiers and actually killed my ex-wife and my son's mother.
I can't.
Maybe we're the assholes.
Exactly.
Don't even stop to think like, oh yeah, that's our fault too. Yep.
Yeah.
Huh.
Go into the ocean. You're scared of floating zombies. You run into pirates. You make a deal with them. They disappear and they never come back. You kill their brother. They disappear and never come back. Yeah. You never stay on a nice boat that has has a filtration system to take the ocean water and provide you with at least water for the rest of your lives if you want, and live off the ocean. Nope, let's just leave that alone. And then you go to Mexico.
Well, before that, you find an island with a little family, and all of a sudden, some kid takes some pills, they turn, bite the mom. 5 seconds later, she's on the dock somehow because she sprinted.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, let's just forget like how fast walkers can move, and she has like a blood sense to go that way.
It was ridiculous. Then they went to Mexico, and then all of a sudden, and that was it looked like it could be a good storyline. They said screw this. Then they went from Mexico. They went to Texas. They said screw this. Mm-hmm. I'm just tired of it. Let's just go on to The Walking Dead. The Fear of the Walking Dead, I think this whole season, the first 7 episodes A+, the next 9 episodes a definitive F. It's not even one of those Fs that if you're in class, if you get an F in the first quarter and your final grade has to be a 60, there's nothing you can do the other 3 quarters to bring that grade up. You got like a 6% in the first quarter. You tell your parents, I failed this class. There's no way I can bring this grade up. Like,
I don't blame Nick for leaving.
Yeah, he sucked. He said it.
It's like, I'm not doing this shit. And they killed Madison. It's like, she's the star of the show. It's like, I was gonna we're so pumped for that season finale, man. We had a great idea. 2 different timelines, both of them fighting the same area against a giant horde of zombies. It'd been so cool to see like 2 different, them fighting the same area, but Alicia this time and Al the next time, and everything. Yeah. And then it's like, and then going back to the plot holes there, like Alicia was just like, I'm gonna kill you no matter what. Strand's like, yeah. Everyone's like, yeah, we're gonna kill you all. And it's like, never mind, let's be buddies.
Yeah, you can't. It doesn't make sense. It's just stupid. It doesn't make sense. It really does.
It was just like, we're besides for the little kid, but it's just like, I did like that episode. That episode was fine.
With the little, yes, that was my second favorite episode of the second half, was the little girl and Alicia. Yeah. To be honest with you, that was a very good episode. Yeah. It showed them trapped in a house. I love it because it was eerie, it was dark. Mm-hmm. That was my second favorite. My favorite episode, only because of the nostalgia, was the fact that these people went into a hospital. It reminded me of season 1. Yeah. It reminded me of all the zombie movies when the zombies are going to break in. It doesn't matter what you do. Yep. They're relentless. So you got the fear factor there. Every other episode in the second half, the other 6 episodes were absolutely trash. They were horrible. They were terrible.
How many times do they have that dirty lady and with a gun to her face, and it's like, maybe we won't shoot her now. Fucking pull the trigger already. God
I don't
damn
understand.
It.
Then she got herself bit. We don't see her get herself bit, and she gets herself out of the hand restraints. It's just too much, man. This woman was just, it was annoying every time. Oh, you can't help people. I just was like, what the hell is going on, man? You
strong.
Goddamn alligator. There was an alligator in the show. I'm like, oh.
When did you hear about alligators attacking boats? This alligator was tearing up walkers left and right, eating them up. And
alligators don't do this. They leave everybody alone. They're not gonna fuck you.
They're gonna get a giant ass meal, and then it's gonna lap on their fat ass on the shore and be like, "Oh, I'm good for a fucking month and a half."
Yes. Nope. This alligator kept eating. Whatever. So, anyways, we're good. All right. So everybody.
So that's our rundown of Fear the Walking Dead.
I'm not looking forward to season 5 at all. I'm be honest with you. It's going to be hard for me to watch season 5. And I don't like what they're doing to Morgan, how they're making him this like saint or this Rick type, and they're going to have to start all over again, where they're going to have to make him go crazy again. They're going to take a whole season to do that. I'm still waiting to know what happened to Salazar. I'm not looking forward to season 5. So I'll be honest with you. If people ask me, they watch the show and say, "What do you think's gonna happen in season 5?" I have no idea. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
There's some great characters. I love the original. I love Strand. I like Alicia. The girl's a great actor too. The little girl.
Yes, Charlie's good. Strand is
awesome,
good.
And some of the new characters are good too. I like Al.
Al. I like John Dory.
Yep.
He started to get a little stupid, but he's all right.
Yeah.
Laura, she was good. It's not the characters. It's just why.
It's everything great
else.
Cast. Like Dirty Woman, she's like a Tony Award-winning Broadway actress. He fucked her. He gave her a shit character. She did what she could with it, but fuck, guys, Oh, you can only polish a turd so much.
I know, right? The one character I didn't like, is Luciana. I don't know how she came back. It bothers me. I don't like her at all in the show. I think that she's just a plot hole. She has like
one-liners, but she has no purpose.
No purpose. And I think that they're forcing things with her. I think that it was best if she would have died somehow. But she has no purpose in the show, and she's not likable. If you're not looking at her physically, like, oh, she's hot, she's not likable to me. If that's the only reason why you're looking at the character, and you have her on the show maybe as like a sex symbol for males, it's not enough for The Walking Dead. You already have characters like that if that's what you're gunning for, but you have this character who has no purpose.
It's tough to assign roles to people in this group.
Exactly, and come on, that's my point about Luciana. Like, you can't even decide a role for her. Like, seriously, how would you put her? What would you do with Luciana now? Like, she's not vengeful to Charlie. She's not depressed because of Nick. Now all of a sudden she has no purpose. Even the characters, is almost like, if you watch it closely, people seem like when she's talking, another person has to say the same thing she said for them to listen. Yeah. Or if they're talking to somebody else, they're talking past her to the other person. It's just like, why are they doing this to her? Just let her go. Let her do something else. Let her find another job somewhere else. I don't think she's bad, I think she's just served her purpose. They should have let her keep going when she disappeared and not come back.
Right? Like you said, but once Susan knew that, Nick was going to stick around, but it's like, why'd you even bring her back to begin with? Like,
yes.
How did that even happen? It's...
Right. Whatever. But let's talk about The Walking Dead. So season 9 is coming up. The big rumors over the summer were Andrew Lincoln is going to be his final season. Everybody thought it was a rumor. Maggie Cohen, Laurie Cohen's going to be the final season for her. That's still not confirmed. But AMC, they came out and said, hell, we're gonna advertise this, and we're just gonna admit it. We're gonna advertise this. Andrew Lincoln's already said that he's not coming back. The spoiling sites already know he's not coming back. We're gonna beat them to the punch this time around. We're going to announce this, and we're going to market this. Absolutely brilliant, but now it's going to be bittersweet. So you're in for an excruciating time. And also, this can also backfire because you're taking the lead character of the show and you're killing them off.
And then, just the lead character, but Maggie's the second lead character, like in the comics.
And you could kill her off, too, or make her disappear, like...
And the third one would have been Carl.
He's gone. It's a very big risk for The Walking Dead. And like we said, we got to have faith in Angela Kang, but I don't know if this is going to be enough. I think that they're going to get their big stream of viewers to find out what happens to Rick, and then you're going to have people say this is not the same show. This happens too often. When you kill off the main character, the show slowly dies. It's like cutting the head off the snake. It's very risky to do this, and I don't think that they have the fan base to do this anymore. Like, if you had 18 million people watching, okay, but when you have now it's down to 6, you're in trouble.
Yeah,
you can't have.
Yeah.
like now, okay, now you're down to 3, and that's like a really good sitcom. That's not The Walking Dead, but what's the point? The Walking Dead was supposed to be this juggernaut. Now you're vulnerable to being canceled. Like, you really are taking a big risk here. But, it is what it is. If this is how they want to run their show and they have a good plan, and the whispers are coming, we know that they're probably going to have something to do with Rick's death. They basically just gave it all away, but now we have to see how they put the puzzle pieces together. That's going to be interesting, but again...
It just sucks because it's not The Walking Dead. It's Gimple's Walking Dead now, and I'm pissed off.
Yeah, and it's no longer. And if they were going to do this from the beginning, why even have Rick, Carl, Maggie, Michonne, and why didn't they just start the show with Daryl, with Merle, and everybody who's not part of The Walking Dead, and just make their own, spin off of the comic books?
Or about Gimple, you want to do your own thing? Here, take this Fear the Walking Dead, or hey, take this The Walking Dead, in Britain or some shit, whatever the fuck you want to do. Don't mess up the comic books. It's like having the Justice League without fucking Batman and Superman over here. You get rid of Rick and fucking, Maggie and Carl too. It's like, oh, okay, we have fucking Aquaman. Great.
Yeah.
Great. And then they want to pay Daryl fucking $60 million or some bullshit number when we're friggin' horse around Maggie, Lauren Cohen, trying not to pay her as much.
Well, this is what happened. This is what's happening with Shameless too. I mean, people who watch Shameless, Emma Rossum, she's gone. Emmy Rossum is gone after this season in Shameless. Yep. They're not going to survive that either. You know why? Because they dicked around with these actresses, and they're not paying them when they're the focal points of shows, and they're giving them to this is why it's happening. And you know what? Now these people are saying, especially these actresses, they're saying, you don't want to fucking pay me? Fine. Okay. Think this is the 60s and 70s where I'm going to stick around and be around chauvinistics and stuff like that? And you think that I can't get work as a woman and I can't get paid what I want? Okay, here it is. Bye-bye. Yeah. And now you're screwed.
Like, if you were to tell me, like, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to put Maggie in kind of Rick's position. I was like, okay, I can see that.
There you go.
I'll stick around. But now it's like, you have, like, Michonne, but, like, she's not really...
She's not the lead.
She's not really the lead in the comics. Daryl's not in the comics. Carol's not in the comics anymore.
She's dead.
It's like, you fucked it up, man.
Yeah, man. There's no coming. I don't think that they can come. I think that the season 6 finale, they had their chance to come back from that. But I think season 7, they couldn't come back from that. And season 8, they didn't come back from season 7.
Like, how many times were we saying, like, if you want to get back on track, you have to get back to the comics?
Yes.
And they never did, and now look at them.
They couldn't do it. And when they went back to the comics, they didn't do it the right way.
No. I mean, Gimple's comics maybe made the ones he drew in his little bedroom, but it's... Man, I forgot what I was going to say now.
Yeah, it's all right. I understand.
I was going to say, like Rick saying he's doing it for his family, which is, I respect that. But I'm telling you, like, I think he lost faith in the show as soon as, I think a lot of people did, as soon as Carl died.
I agree.
I
think when Carl died, I think Rick was like, this isn't the same show.
Yep.
And I think that this is proof by what Frank Delane said with Fear the Walking Dead. They made changes to what they were supposed to do. It's no longer the same show. You lose the passion. Yeah. And now you don't have that passion. You don't feel like going to work. And now you're looking at different things, and you totally gotta sympathize with the actors here. And Andrew Lincoln said it was his decision, and he wrote out how he wanted to go. That shows you that it was time for him. And you don't expect these people to stick around forever. Yes, you don't. But the way that they're going about it is just not right. And at some point, it's going to die off. And the way that they're killing it off, they're not killing it off. They're like letting it stay around as this, like, this sad excuse for this brilliant masterpiece that they had originally. It's like a broken masterpiece at this point.
Yeah.
And it's like what?
It doesn't
why?
have any soul anymore.
It doesn't. Hate to say it doesn't.
And then it's like, oh, we had to kill Carl so that Rick could forgive Negan. Oh, Rick's dying. Oh, well, shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
Come
and now
on.
they screwed that up so bad that they had to change around Lenny James's purpose of going back to Alexandria.
Yeah.
Like they had to like trick it, and it's just like, okay, yes, I'm interested to see where they're gonna go. Am I worried about it? Absolutely. I watched season 8 again, and there were episodes that I liked. There were episodes I didn't like, and I really think they dropped the ball. I think they had a lot of jump the shark moments. I think at the end of that episode, when I think the end of it was good, but the build up wasn't. I really just looked at season 8 as another drop ball. Season 9 is, this is the defining moment of the universe. This is it. Not the universe itself, but the Walking Dead universe. This is the defining moment of the TV show. This is it. Season 9.
And
They're going to take.
I love
This
the
is it.
punchline that they do too. It's like, it's the must-see TV again. And it's like, oh, so you're admitting that it was shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they basically have come out and said it.
Yeah, it's like the
But-
Domino's Pizza. It's like, sorry for our pizza being shit, but we redid the recipes. Try
Exactly.
this again. It's like, oh, so you guys are admitting that you guys are trash the past couple seasons. Gotcha.
Exactly. And it's
Glad
just
we're on
like,
the same page now.
you admit that you screwed up,
Yeah.
and now you're putting everything on the line by killing off your main character.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
this,
the second, like literally, if you guys remember the comics, like Carl is always there. It's always been a Rick, and then you always have Maggie as a second, and then Ezekiel is around for a little bit. Not to spoil anything, but he's not around the comics anymore either. A lot
Nope.
of these, go on, because you got Rick. This is his story. This is from the beginning. He survived for his wife and his child, and now what? You go and kill his wife. He goes crazy, and then he fights tooth and nail for his child. Then he kills his child, and I think Rick hinted at an interview. It's like, what does Rick have anything to live for now?
Yep.
That was his entire purpose. You saw him underneath the tank, like that was it. It was like that was his goal. He walked through freaking broken glass and bare feet, and he survived zombies just to get to his family, and then you take that away from him for what? To forgive Negan? You can't get a better storyline than that to kill off his son to forgive some guy. Come on, man.
Yeah, I know, right? This
That's
doesn't
just
make any
bullshit.
sense. Make any sense at all. And Judith isn't even his kid, so he doesn't care.
Yeah, no one cares. She's not in the comics either. No one cares about her. And it's like, well, it's about the comics, but it's like, yeah, it does. It's based on the comics, so it doesn't like we applause sometimes, and instead of going like linear through the comics, but you have to stick to it to a certain extent. You don't kill off the 3 main characters and then say it's based on the same material. You take any show and you get rid of the main 3 characters and say, it's going to survive somehow. No one will believe you. You can't
Nope.
do that shit.
You can. If you're Scott Gimple, you could do it.
Yeah,
you can do anything you put your mind.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, look at the ratings, buddy. Numbers don't lie, all right?
Numbers definitely. No. I mean, it's asinine. It's confusing and it's hard to explain to people. I'm Mr. Zombie fan. I take pride in it. I challenge people, and like between Fear the Walking Dead and these last 2 seasons plus the season 6 finale, I'm like, my armor's off. I'm not fighting anymore. I'm like getting fat on the couch. I don't care. I'm not doing anything. I don't care. People don't like the show. Like, it doesn't bother me anymore like it used to. I'll be honest. If somebody says, "Oh yeah, Walking Dead sucks," I used to rip people's heads off. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It sucks. I'll punch you in the face. I get pissed. I get really upset, angry.
Yep.
And now when they say it, yeah, probably. I understand what you're saying. Like, I'm agreeing with it.
Yeah.
And like my inner zombie child is saying, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And now, even to this point, after that Fear the Walking Dead, even my inner zombie child is saying, "Yeah, I agree. This shit sucks, man. I'm not gonna defend it either." Like, it is nothing left. Like, I want George Romero to come back to life. Like, I want him to come back to life and do something, because I can't. It's hard.
Speaking of George Romero, shout out, the 25th anniversary, right?
Yes, and that makes it even harder.
Yeah.
And it's just like, man. But like I said before, it's the 30th anniversary from
30th?
30th.
Oh, shit.
No, sorry, 50th. I'm
50th,
sorry.
that's what it was. Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
1968. Yeah,
it's halfway there. Yeah.
But and I watched it, the 50th anniversary of Night of the Living Dead. I watched it. It's black and white glory, and you miss that, and then you try to. I've been trying to watch the old episodes of The Walking Dead and picking out my favorites and watching them, and watching episode, when Amy got killed, and
Yeah, it was on TV. I was just
Bot,
watching as
and then I watched, when pretty much gone, pretty too far gone with the
yeah.
governor and pretty much dead already, and I watched a whole bunch of the episodes that I loved. I'm watching them over and over again.
Yeah, like I was watching when Sophia came in the barn. I was getting teary-eyed
Yeah,
over that shit. I was like, come on. I know it's happening, but there's so much passion there,
yeah,
And it's like it's such good storytelling and good characters.
yeah. And I'm like, I'm watching. The Glenn fake out death, and I'm watching that, and how you felt like. I remember me and you talking about it and saying, "Nah, this can't be. It can't go out like this." And,
Yeah.
making us, sit on the edges of our seats. And then I watched, a bunch of different episodes, and I'm like, yeah, I'm getting pumped. I watched, how they killed the people over the pig troughs before everybody
Yeah.
got all, got all weak stomached over The Walking Dead, as if they were selling ice cream on the corner the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is The Walking Dead where the people got hit in the back of the head with a bat and their throat slit, and because you had another death scene, everybody gets all up in a row about it, and you take away the gore factor after you take away the show. Like, then it started to aggravate me. So I was like, I got to stop watching this because I'm starting to get pissed off again, and that's not me. Yeah. And like, I'm praying that season 9 brings me back, because like I said, I'm just sitting back and just like,
But I don't even know, like, and like I know, like, we've been talking about Andrew Lincoln, Rick, and we mentioned Lauren Cohen, but it's like, seriously, shit, like it's one thing the main character then had the second one too. It's like 2.5 Men having both the guys and the kid leave, and it's like, hey, we're gonna have their caretaker be the main actor now, or the ex-wife is going to be the main actor. It's like, no, that's not the show. Or
no.
Big Bang Theory, you have Sheldon leave, and then like half the other guys leave and their wives leave, and it's like, well, it's about the comic book guy, and it's like, it's you don't have that family anymore, and
you don't
soul in there.
And to add insult to injury, and my black ass goes on fucking line, and I pay for this goddamn Walking Dead season 4, the final season of The Walking Dead, and I'm fucking pumped. Clementine is 16 now.
Oh, shit.
It's the end of the fucking story. I've invested 4 or 5 fucking goddamn years in this story, and then I purchased the entire goddamn season for $19.99 on the season pass, to find out 6 goddamn days later that Telltale Games is canceling the fucking season. I didn't get my money back, but they canceled the season. I'm saying up here saying The Walking Dead has something out for me, especially me, because this is ridiculous now.
Like,
this is come on, seriously.
They're shopping around trying to find somebody to finish it, but it's just like if you just open it up like, hey guys, we're going bankrupt if we don't do like a Kickstarter or some shit. People would fucking pay money for the Kickstarter and pre-buy the games. But then it's just like, oh, hey, developers, yeah, you guys are all fired, sorry. Like, fuck, man. Like, game development sucks. Like, I don't, it's one hesitation I'd never, like, I don't think I'd ever do game development because it's so volatile. You know, one day you're thinking everything's going right, sales go down, you're like, that's fine, the company loves us, and, you're fired.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. There's no game studios around me anymore, so I guess I would, do what? So that sucks. I mean, that like sucks for the employees and it sucks for the fans because I love those stories. I love Clementine. I think she's an amazing character.
Well, this is just another kick in our nuts because it's just like we just opening up our legs for somebody to just wheel back and just swing away with their fucking boot.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah. You read The Walking Dead? Good.
Open target.
Get rid of Rick.
Get rid of Rick, Clementine, Carl. Just get rid of Lee. Get rid of everybody and leave us with Daryl and probably that girl that what the hell is the big guy's name? I don't even remember. I'm just drawing a blank. See,
You
this
don't
is
even
what
know
I
if
mean.
like Dwight's gonna be around anymore.
Dwight's gone. Got plot holes all
Like,
over
is
the
he
place.
not gonna be there? Like, he's not gonna be in the episodes anymore? And he jump ship
Jer-
too?
the guy is Jerry. So Jerry's kissing the woman in the show. So we're gonna get rid of Jerry too. It's gonna be Daryl and the woman Jerry was kissing to bring the Walking Dead back. That's it.
That's it. It's like every front that we have for The Walking Dead is just like kick to the nuts. Next thing you know, the comic books are gonna be like,
I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but I've been keeping up with the comic books. The fucking comic books are slacking. It's pissing me off even thinking about that too. Like, it's like, what are you doing? Like, I literally am trying to figure out the comic books, like where they're at now, and then they're giving you the comic book characters now after all the stuff that's happening. Before, it's like, wait a second, okay, what the fuck is going on? Like, somebody's playing a trick on my ass. Like, somebody is doing something, and they're gonna jump out and say, we got you, James. This isn't.
we're just joking. We're gonna reboot The Walking Dead from season 6.
Oh my god.
Right? And they're just like, all right, the season 6 finale never happened. We're doing it right now, and it's like, yep. I really wanted to see the season 6 end with Abraham getting killed, just to throw everybody off. Like, oh my god, Glenn's gonna be alive, and then season 7 premiere having Glenn get killed, and it's like, nah, fuck you guys. You know, like, that's okay with me. But the way they did it, and then the way they brought in all these different groups of people, it's like, oh hey, here's the kingdom. Here's we talked about this on ends. I don't want to go back into it, but they fucked it up.
It's called the bait and switch. And it's terrible. And you just, like you say, you're trying to appease for just to mess up. But the perfect ending for the season 6 finale, I heard it the other day. It's something we didn't think about. The perfect ending for it was when they introduced Negan and he came out, and they kind of like did they did his whole spiel, but then he did the Eeny Miny Mo, and they cut it, not with the bat, with him hitting, Abraham with the bat, but just picking Abraham. And then you just having you hear Abraham's heart beating when he's like saying, saying what he's saying, and you don't hear like the graphic sounds. You just, what the fuck happened? Because then you appease both sets of fans. You appease the television fans who don't know what's coming, and then you appease, then you can wow them with the Glenn death. But the thing is, they didn't, even if they wanted to do it that way, it would have been much better. And from that moment on, you got to see the arrogance come out.
Yeah,
and
it's like them versus us all of a sudden.
Yes, it became a battle of fan loyalty to this is my shit. And it's just like, you can't, when you start to challenge the people who give you the put money in your wallet, that's when you start to fuck up. You start to mess with your own money. That's kind of like psychotic. Like, I don't mess with my money at work. Like, I'm not doing this shit. That's like me going to my, going to all my clients and pissing them off on purpose, and then looking at my boss like, are you proud of me? And she's going to fire me.
Yeah. If I give develop bad code and go up to my boss and be like, well, if you don't like it, fuck you.
Yeah,
like,
I did this to fuck everybody else over.
I don't like it, so you're fired.
Yeah.
And
it was nice that you work with us. We'll have to have a meeting.
Yeah. Here's HR.
I invited a couple people from HR to the meeting, if that's all right. You're not going to work a full day tomorrow. Just, it's going to be casual.
Yeah.
Come on, dog. But anyways, this had to be, this rant section had to happen. I got flooded with, questions about, the Telltale games. Why they canceled? I don't know. They just fired everybody.
Underselling, this over-budget underselling, and they didn't just make The Walking Dead. They made several other ones, but
Wolf Among Us, Batman. They made they made Minecraft story mode. They actually were making
Game of Thrones.
They were making the Stranger Things, which would have been a big payday for them, because Stranger Things is huge.
And I had I'm usually tracking everything video game related, and I had no
idea. It came out of nowhere. So the question was, why did it happen? It just happens. Jay answered it already. Sometimes things like this happen. It's very volatile. Like Jay said, you remember working designs, a lot of people who had Sega Saturns, my favorite game for Sega Saturn was Dragon Force. That game was the most talked about game that they wanted remade for the new generation systems, and they can never remake it because working designs went out of business.
Yeah.
And that happens sometimes, and
Yeah.
you get, your favorite games get canceled or they don't get remade because the companies that have the rights no longer exist.
It's a big investment, because
Yes.
you develop all the assets, you got the engine, you have people developing it, and you have this big grand plan.
And then you have to get the product to sell.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. And you're not sure how it's going to look until everything kind of pieces together. And then if it looks like shit, it's like, well, there goes, millions of dollars because no one's going to buy this crap.
Yeah, and it just sits there.
Yeah.
Another big question was, we already answered this.
Well, before that, it's just like, damn, those games are good though.
Yeah, they are.
Like, I never heard bad reviews about anything, and I thought
No.
their sales were fine.
I thought they were too.
That's the
That
thing.
was
Like,
totally
I never
out of
saw
left field.
one of their games and be like, "Oh, this is trash." It's like, no, this is them telling a good story. With it's not the best gameplay. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah, who cares? But it was the
good
fact that it
story.
was a story, and it
Yeah.
was the fact that you chose the outcome.
Yeah,
And that made it more you had more of a user interaction there, and it's just like,
yeah,
I was shocked.
yeah.
And I was even more shocked when, I paid for it and I didn't get any kind of notice that, oh, all right, James, here's your money back.
Yeah, like I said, they're still trying to shop that around.
Well, they need to hurry their asses
yeah,
up. 'Cause
otherwise,
I'm
I was surprised when they gave me a refund.
I don't got $20 to just be thrown away like that. What the fuck?
Right?
So who the hell takes $20 and throws it in the garbage like it's a basketball? I don't do this shit. Like, I don't crumple up $20 bills and say, here, let's see who can make it first in a wastebasket. I don't do this. So
I do. I'm going back in the wastebasket and taking it back out.
exactly. Nah, just leave it there, dog. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, if you don't like it, then you know what to watch. What? I don't know.
Next question was our overall impressions of season 4 for Fear the Walking Dead. Were there any episodes that we liked more than others? Take episode 1 through 7. I loved it. I loved the Nick's death episode because it came out of nowhere. It kind of shock and awe. It was kind of like, wow, they're really, really going all out. And you knew Frank Delane was dying. I kind of, I didn't want him to die, but just for them to be like, hey, look, the show's got to go on, and they made it a good episode. I liked that episode. I didn't like the fact that they lost such a big character, but I like that they went there.
Yeah.
Because that's what a spinoff can do. Because there's no attachment to them, other than there's no comic book behind them or anything like that. That's what a spinoff should do.
But he was my favorite character, though.
Yeah, he was. I know he was,
Yeah.
but they were ballsy. I love the episode. This. Like I said, we picked the 2 episodes. I picked the 2 episodes that I liked in the second half. Jay said he liked the one with Charlie as well. There really wasn't too much to like about it. I did not watch it again. Like Vanessa, she sometimes will watch the episodes and she can't finish watching them all. And then she'll want to rewatch it, and I tell her I can't do this shit. I can't watch this again.
I can't. No.
So
Yeah.
she's by herself watching it because I'll start doing other things. I'll start cleaning up, and I find excuses not to watch.
I'd rather do chores.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The dishes. Oh, there's no dishes in the sink. Yes, there are. I'll go and eat something real
Yeah.
quick. Throw it in there.
And that's the difference. Like, we would schedule time to watch The Walking Dead. We would sit
Yes.
down. No one talks. And now when you can tell, like, it's a shit show, you're just like, what else can I be doing right now?
Yeah.
While I passively watch this show.
Yeah, I know. Trust me. And so I really can't answer that question other than, there were a couple episodes, but overall the season was just so disappointing. I think it's more disappointing because it started off so strong. Obviously this can happen because season 6 was incredibly strong for almost 16 episodes, 15 and 3/4 episodes.
Yeah.
Season 6 was strong, and the final quarter episode ruined the entire season in some ways. So that can happen. Expectations for season 6. Expectations for season 9. Obviously, we talked about that. These are all questions that we, answered on the show naturally. So I just want to bring them. I want some of the people who gave me the questions think they were neglected. I think that the sentiment here between Jay and I is this is a big risk. Yes, it's a big marketing ploy, but it's a big risk to take your main character after you already took your main character's son and also a main character away, and then threatening to take a second main character away, and then have a secondary character lead the show. It's very big risk. I don't know if they're going to survive this. I hope they do. You got to wish Angela Kang well because she means well, but I just don't think anybody can do this. I think this is an insurmountable task. This is too much.
Yeah, I agree. And, Joe Dixon's a fine side character. He's a great sidekick, but he's no lead.
Yeah, it's like Robin having his own show, Batman dying, Robin having his own. Nobody's gonna watch that shit.
Yeah.
I don't care about Robin. Like, what's Robin gonna do?
Or even Alfred.
That's what it would end up being if Daryl's not the main character. It'll be like,
or some random character that's not even in the comic books. This is Sparrow. Who?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Batman and Robin left, so you're stuck with Sparrow. Who the fuck is that guy? He's all right.
Another question was the new Walking Dead video game. Somebody saw it. Big time gaming fan. Here goes the question. I'm a big time gaming fan. I recently saw that Walking Dead came out with another video. It's coming out with another video game. They advertised this with several trailers. One trailer showed an African American male having a flashback of when he was talking to his family members in a family dispute, and then when he came to realization that it was no longer the past and he was in the present, he was in a zombie-filled Washington, D.C. This game looks incredible. Any updates on if this game is coming out and when? Jay he's an expert here. I've seen this too. I've seen coming soon, but I haven't seen anything else other than like 2019. So I'm going to leave this to Jay to answer.
What was it? Overkill, I believe.
Overkill
was doing it. I haven't seen as far as a release date. I did see some videos of it, and the trailers, like those cutscenes there.
Yep, I saw 3 different ones: old man, black guy, and a woman.
Yep, I want to say there's 4 total.
Okay.
Other than that, I did see some gameplay. It looked a little. Looked like an Xbox 360 kind of game. Like it was a generation behind. It just didn't look solid, didn't look polished.
Wow.
And it looked like they're trying to go for like a Left 4 Dead kind of game. But that's not the gameplay you want from like a Walking Dead kind of game.
I agree. Yep, I agree. You heard it there.
The only thing I could see is February 2019. I'd say if I had to pick right now, like rent, buy, or pass, I'd probably pass and then watch some reviews first. Don't pre-order it. Just check it out first. Like I said, like the cutscenes look awesome, and then from there it's like,
wow. Or you could be like me and pre-order it, buy the fucking shit, and then fire everybody, and you don't get your money back.
Yeah, right. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, but there you go. So Jay is, this is his genre. I mean, he's brilliant with this stuff. So if you heard it from him, and he's an avid gamer just like I am. So if he's saying pass and then wait for the reviews, that's an honest opinion, and I'm gonna follow that, and I'm gonna wait until I see the reviews as well, because you get fooled, just like there was a Daryl Dixon game for The Walking Dead on Xbox 360, and it was terrible. And it was just like, I ran to go get that. I
played all the way through, and it was like, it had potential. Like, I could see
it did
where things were formulating, but they're just like, oh, we got to cut this, cut that, cut that.
And
it wasn't.
Right. It was
bare bones, yeah. There is some gameplay footage you could check out from a game event. I forgot which one it was. Might have been E3. But it does show you some. And you can see how some of the animations are just a little glitchy. Some interactions are just off. It just seems like amateurish. Now, on that note, there is another zombie game coming out. It's from our favorite movie, World War Z.
All right. Uh,
And this one actually looks a little bit more polished, a little more updated graphics, but it's just the same thing. Like, it feels like Left 4 Dead ish.
what is it called? Days?
World War Z.
Come on, man. If
Yeah,
I seen
it's
that
actually
title on,
literally like the game. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if I seen that title on a game, man, I'm gonna laugh at it. I'm not paying for that. Okay. Jay said the shit looks polished. Okay, listen. If you like the
Hey,
movie,
like I
if
said, just because it's polished doesn't mean it's good.
if you like the movie, not Jay, any of you fans like World War Z, not only do I think you're absolutely crazy as hell, but if you actually like that crap and you see the game and you want to pay your money to try that game out, be my guest. I'm telling you right now, you will never hear a review from me on that game. I promise you, I will not play that game.
And like I said, that is the same thing, Left 4 Dead ish, but I don't think they're gonna get it just right either. I think it's gonna be like oh, here's like 1,000 zombies coming at you, and it's like, oh, that's cool, I guess, but it's just not. I don't know. Same thing. I'd wait. And nowadays, it's like, why even pre-order a game nowadays? Just wait a
Yeah.
little bit. Watch the reviews. Watch some actual gameplay footage, because
Yes.
a lot of this stuff is still in alpha beta, what you see anyway. But still,
Correct.
it's like, don't spend your money. You might get an extra skin if you pre-order, but fuck that. If it's a crap game, I bought more pre-ordered crap games than I have, like, oh, it's an awesome skin. That's
Yeah.
like worth like nothing.
A game that people, and we talked about this throughout, and I swear to God, we did not discuss this at all. We did not discuss this game at all. This was a question, and Jay's talked about this now 3 different times. Left 4 Dead like game. Will there ever be a Walking Dead game similar to Left 4 Dead, where you pick random characters in the world of The Walking Dead and survive, a la Left 4 Dead? That's a true question.
Yeah.
And Jay talked about that. So I guess we have a game already like that.
But to me, like, they don't mesh well. Like, Left 4 Dead, you have the different types of zombies. You got the witches, you got the screechers, you got the big blowing up ones. To me, Walking Dead is a slow method. Like, you got plan ahead. You got to think about supplies.
Yep.
It doesn't. I don't think the two will mesh well at all. It isn't about infinite ammo. It's about 5 rounds and 100 zombies.
Yep.
To me, like, I don't think that the gameplay would do a service to the source material. And this game kind of does do that. It's just, like I said, I don't think it's Walking Dead enough for me. Like, I don't know, like, what is the game? I think Telltale does a great job of it.
Thank you.
That's what it is.
They're all going. Never mind.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's not about, like, how many zombies can you shoot with an M16. It's about, what's the consequences of you shooting one zombie with an M16? Who dies? Is there permadeath? Is there supply shortage? Is there ammo shortage? Is there gas shortage? If you save one person, will they later on kill you, or you kill your family or friends?
Yeah.
It's not about just wasting away. It's not about zombie kills. If it's a kill count, that's not the point. And also, is there human interaction?
Yes.
Are you bluffing them? Are you lying? Like, it should be more RPG than it is like just a shooter.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
You can't have you really can't have you can't have a Walking Dead like game like Left 4 Dead, because it's a different monster. The Left 4 Dead was a different type of enemy. They really technically weren't zombies. They're just humans that were just infected, just like the Rage virus in 28 Days Later. So they were fast. And then you had special zombies and stuff. The Walking Dead are just they're dead that have come back to life. So they're corpses that are reanimated, and then they seek out flesh methodically, slow. They're very lolling, and everything about that doesn't scream Left 4 Dead. So to have a game where you're running through a city with 3 other survivors, shooting hordes of zombies, that would never happen in The Walking Dead, because every single character is scared of hordes until their backs are against the wall where they have to fight the horde. We've only seen that happen one time in 8 seasons where characters had to fight a horde.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you don't include Herschel's Farm, the season 6 mid-season premiere was the only time we saw characters actually have their backs against the wall and have to fight hundreds of walkers and have no choice. They couldn't run anymore. They had to fight.
Now, I like to see like a Last of Us style Walking Dead.
There you go. Left 4 Dead game. That makes more sense because those zombies or those undead creatures or whatever they are like those in Left 4 Dead, where they are fast moving and unpredictable. So that
even like it's more story driven. You know, like
yes,
you can have like a Walking Dead video game like action ish like The Last of Us, but it has to be story driven and it has to be, you know, a supply system, and it's not about maybe a little more stealth involved than it is about run and gun.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, Left 4 Dead, it's good fun, don't get me wrong. It's hell of good fun with some friends, but it's not, you know.
Yeah, totally understandable. Last question, I promise. And then I guess we'll wrap it up, but this is the last question. There's been rumors about a Walking Dead movie. There's been rumors about a Walking Dead movie.
Yep.
What do you think the premise would be for a Walking Dead movie? Let Jay take this one too.
All right. You know, like I've seen a lot about like Gimple and some other like executives of like AMC coming out and saying like Walking Dead's got like, you know, we have like a 10-year plan kind of thing, multiple movies, multiple show deals. I believe it when I see it. I don't think it would do well. You know, I don't. Maybe if it was, you'd have to pull the main characters back somehow. You know, I don't think you could do an original cast of people.
No.
And make it a Walking Dead movie.
Or at least have like a cameo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And publicize that, because otherwise, like possibly, but I wouldn't put too much faith into it, unfortunately. I mean, I lost a lot of faith in the creativity team.
It seems like it, but I can totally understand that. I kind of follow what Jay is saying because, like I said, we're losing it. We're losing that fire that we had. But you know, an answer from me, a movie would have to almost go back to the beginning. Mm-hmm. Of the zombie apocalypse. It can't happen now. It can't happen in the middle. It almost has to go back to the beginning. It has to be a cameo somehow. But I also think that they have to creatively tie in one of Romero's films. Nothing's better than tying in maybe Night of the Living Dead, where the original zombie, you know, the virus happens, and then people are trapped in a house, and you know they're trapped together, and you have to survive. Maybe you have a cameo at the end, or somebody comes and saves them. Maybe Shane, you know, comes and saves them, or maybe like they end up on Herschel's farm, or maybe the governor, maybe it's the governor's group at the beginning, you know, maybe it's people from there, or Martinez, you know, he had a backstory where he was in the gym and all the workers ate all his kids and whatnot. But, you know, I think you have to kind of tie a movie in with the godfather of zombies and kind of like pay homage to him. And I think that would be a really good idea. But I just, like I said, I don't have faith in any of that happening. Like, I could see them making the Walking Dead movie about a whole new cast of characters, and it'd be on a ship somewhere, and they'll be going to Mexico, and then all of a sudden nothing happens from that. Like, somebody gets bit by a floating zombie. Like, that's what I can see them doing. And it's just like, you know, I have no faith in a movie like this, and I have to agree with Jay. Even though I can formulate my own movie, I have to agree with Jay. It's just something that you would not want to see in the movie theaters. Like, you don't want to waste your money on that. Yeah. You kind of want to wait for the reviews to come out, and you kind of want to see if you can catch it for free somewhere. And then, you know, watch as much as you can without getting upset, and then just ignoring the rest of it. Because there's no way they're going to make a movie that's successful off the walk. I just don't see it. Unless you bring, like Jay said, you bring back Rick Grimes or Shane and Laurie and Carl.
Yeah.
No way.
The thing is, like, something that translates well to the Walking Dead universe might not translate well to money in the theater. It's kind of like The Road. Like, that is
Yeah.
a super sad apocalyptic movie, but money wise, no one wants to go see that shit because it's super
No.
sad. But like like The Walking Dead. It's not about like the jump scares or like you should have some in there. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like the sprinting zombies or the action packed scenes. It's about like that drama that these walkers create.
Yes.
That's a situation that they force you into. But that's one of those things. Like, I encourage it. Sure, why not make it? It's not my money. But I'm not gonna go see it opening night probably.
No.
Especially you gotta throw Gimple's name on there. Definitely not.
Yes.
I'd wait.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not. And like you Jay said, it's just not. It doesn't make sense to have a drama and then just to like narrow it down into a 2-hour film that either is going to have everything to do with the show itself or nothing to do with the show at all. And it's just like you really don't want to really spend your. I mean, if you're a diehard fan, you may want to do it. I'm a diehard fan, and I'm telling you, I would just wait. That's just how it is. And anyways, like I said, as cynical as we sound tonight, I just think there's a lot of frustration here with just being let down again, and a lot of frustration with them now broadcasting that they're killing off the main character of The Walking Dead. And
like almost they're proud of it.
Yeah,
like,
this is the end of it. This is the end of an era for us because, like Jay said, this is what started. This is a big part of our friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Our friendship started before, but this is a big part of our friendship. We did this every week for 2 seasons. Before Jay moved to Texas. So it's like when you do it for so long, it's like you it becomes part of your weekly routine.
Yeah.
Think about watching football every Sunday. Well, that's what we did.
Yeah.
We watched The Walking Dead every Sunday.
Every Sunday night, we go over, and it's
now you're taking away the guy that Walking Dead revolves around, and we're supposed to be like, what's next? It's kind of hard to do that. Mm-hmm. So it's bittersweet. And that's you can hear it in our voice. Again, we're passionate about it. We got a lot of passion from Jay tonight because it's affecting him.
Yeah.
I'm passionate. I'm crazy as it is. So but when you hear the passion out of Jay, it's serious. You hear passion out of me, it could just be a normal fucking thing. But when you actually hear it out of Jay, it's like now you done fucked up. Like you're fucked up now. You done really fucked up now. Now look, you pissed him off. You can hear me rant and rave and be like, it's just James. And when you hear it out of Jay, well.
Watch out. The quiet guy has something to say.
It was fun, man. It's a good show. It's fun.
Yeah, good talking to you again. I know it's been a little bit. But, we'll see how the season plays out. If we really like it, we're really going to want to talk about it. If we really don't,
still going to talk.
Well, we'll fester a little bit. We'll try to make these weekly again if possible, but we'll see. We'll see how our schedules work out and everything. Obviously.
Yeah, I got one show to watch on Monday, and I wanna put that out there. Better Call Saul. Anybody who likes Breaking Bad, definitely check this show out. It's incredible. The season finale of Better Call Saul is next Monday at 9:00. I want to do a show on the first episode of The Walking Dead. It will be a little bit later if Jay's able to do it, right after the season finale of Better Call Saul. But if he wants to do it that Monday night, I'm game. Like you said, we got to match our schedule up. We're pretty busy guys.
Yeah.
My daughter's in 2 forms of soccer. She just got finished softball, and then she's going to start not travel basketball. I'm sorry. She's going to start basketball for her middle school. Because I am old and I have a middle schooler, so she's very busy. She keeps me busy, and then I have a 2-year-old because that's just what I do. I just try to be funny and have the best of both worlds: preteen girl and 2-year-old boy. So you see where we're busy, but I will do everything in my power to be here Monday night. And if Jay can, we'll see you then.
Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Thank you for the questions. I love good questions. Obviously, James does as well.
Yep.
And yeah, send a notification on YouTube so you get the updates for whenever we do or are able to make these videos for you guys. And like, subscribe, follow us, obviously. Donate down below if you can. Other than that, guys, we'll see you next time when we dissect The Walking Dead.
Have a good night, everybody.
See ya.